much as he wanted to let fall. As long as my faucet not running
That's
now.
right.
That's right.
Anymore, it's not my faucet on. I'm just gonna give him thanks and give him praise for the water. Just
Oh,
like I give him
yes.
praise for the dry land. We need water. We need dry land too sometimes.
That's right.
But we thank God for it. We're glad to be here. So, we look at that. This is supposed to be our last Bible study on
Yes.
Monday night.
That's right.
Next week will be coming on Wednesday night. I guess some might look around and say, well, look like Monday might hate for us to go. Hopefully Monday not crying. That we leave. Thank God, but we thank God we got to go. Sometimes changes take place, and we just have to, roll with changes sometimes. I know sometimes changes are unpleasant, not that pleasant for us sometimes, but it's inevitable sometimes.
That's
that
true.
changes. Any questions before we get started? We were talking on marriage yesterday, about, interracial marriage and stuff like that, and the older mother, she come up to me, to talk to me about that, but we cannot do that,
No.
Now, we're gonna take that back in the Old Testament, so far as about, people go back sometime to Genesis, say he created them all of his kind, and so they try to use that sometime and say we should marry, of our kind, which is black and white is white, but it wasn't dealing with that, each of his kind, animals and all that, squirrels and squirrels, and rabbits are rabbits, and all of that kind, and rabbit didn't marry squirrels because a rabbit is a rabbit, what I'm saying? The squirrels didn't marry rabbits,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff like that, or didn't mate with rabbits and squirrels like that. But people are people, and it says of one blood, thank God, amen. 17, thank God, and 25, 26 of Acts. Thank God, amen. And I'm gonna hold to that, thank God. Person make a decision to marry that was somebody that is white or somebody that's black. My son, make that decision to marry someone that is white or your child or any of yours. Thank God, amen. Only thing we can tell them, thank God, in a racist society, thank God, the children are gonna have trouble.
Right.
Thank God, and they have to be aware of that.
That's right.
Because now this is a fact. That their children gonna have trouble. Thank God, and no doubt be teased and everything else sometimes about being mixed, race and mixed. So that's the thing about it. See, thank God. But if you're in a place, thank God, not dealing with all this racism and stuff like that, then you're all right.
That's true.
I feel like as far as I know, I'm probably mixed. Like I told the lady yesterday, you mixed, thank God. A whole lot of us in America is mixed, just about all of us. Why can we say we're pure and we're gonna keep it pure? Because I married somebody else black, we're mixed already in there. So our children still mixed when they come here.
That's right.
So you don't hardly get out of that, see? But now this is what the Bible says. See? We have to stop at looking at color, thank God, amen, and see what's inside the color.
That's right.
See, thank God, amen. Now this is what the Bible says, thank God, amen. This is Acts
17
17:26.
and 26. And have made of one
See
blood.
that? How many bloods? Did
One
he
blood.
make? See that? See, that's different. He made one of one blood. Thank God, amen. See, it don't make no difference what race you're in.
That's
Thank
right.
God, it's the blood in you. Thank
That's
God.
right.
Where is life in the color?
No.
No,
It
sir.
said
In the
life
blood.
is in the what?
In the
It's in the
blood.
blood. See, that's where life is. Life is in the blood.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not in the color, folks.
Amen.
Now listen what it says.
And have made of one
They
blood.
have made of one blood.
All nation of men.
How many?
All nation of
So
men.
is there anybody on this earth that's not made of that blood? Everybody's on this earth that get made of that blood.
That's right.
It's just one blood, all nation of men. Now listen what it says.
For to dwell on all the face of the earth.
See that? So all the face of the earth, they made it one blood from the dwell on all the face of what that 9 thing on about 18 of Genesis there.
Bishop, I want to say something on that.
Yes, sir.
It was, some people get offended by the way it was said. Like the way she said it. And if you got a white in your family, you can feel offended by the way it
Yeah.
come out,
That's right. Yeah.
And I know we come through the 60s and
Yeah.
how they were trying to get us to stay away from race and all that. But if you in Christ, you can't
can't do
teach
that.
that.
You
You
can't.
can't do it.
You can't do it.
You know, because God's word was still the same,
Same.
even though they didn't want interracial marriage.
That's right.
But the word had never
It
changed.
had never changed.
You know, and I was reading in my Bible, even when the apostle was going around trying to get the Jews to conform to the word, they were talking about now what they teaching now. They done called the Gentile come in and they done polluted this place because they were thinking that they were better than other people.
That's right.
So now, if you ain't careful, you think because you this color, you better off than a white person. You know, I'm just saying and that's how you can offend somebody.
That's right. Yeah.
You can offend them. So
Yeah.
be ready, because they're gonna come to you. You know, somebody gonna come to you with it too because they heard it, and then it's kind of offensive to say it like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I told that person, don't you hold that against them, because you got to keep going, because their lack of knowledge. You know, you have to keep going, so you won't be doing the same thing that they doing.
That's what it is. You cannot hold that.
Can't hold
You
it.
cannot take that, like you know. And then, you know, and like Ella said, Ella Cook has said, my wife got pictures hanging up by our door when you enter the house. You can, they're white. And they're from some of her people. You know, you saw them. You say you saw them on there. It's some of her people. So we cannot hold that, folks. Do you know? And we're going to read that. Do you know that what Miriam said, that was a racist remark?
Oh,
She
yes.
was telling her. And that's why she was struck down by God, because of making a racist remark.
That's right.
See, anybody out there, just say, if somebody white out there would use a term, say, you want to be married a black man? That's racist. Now we ready to say that's a racist remark. But we can say it and say, oh, you want to marry somebody white? No, it's not a racist remark
Same
for us.
thing.
It's the very same thing.
thing.
You know, I'm not going to be a racist. I'm not going back and say what they did to grandpa and great-grandpa and great-grandma and keep harping on that. It has been done. See, thank God. Amen. Why keep crying over spilt milk? It's
Yep.
been done now. Pick yourself up now and do what you need to do for yourself. I had a letter the other day some guy wrote me. I just opened it yesterday. That's why I didn't say anything about it on TV, but he wrote me and said, you know, that he liked what I'm preaching and everything, but why nobody hardly say anything about genocide, but how blacks killing blacks. And I said that so many times before, you know, that I mean, I don't shy away from saying that, you know, and he used the term that how Jasper Williams said something about it at the funeral with Aretha Franklin, and they got all over.
Ate him up.
This is a preacher right here, don't shy away from to say nothing that need to be said. You know, I talk to him about that. I don't shy away from that. As a matter of fact, I say I applaud him for that. I have preached in funerals about all this killing and carjacking, right in the funeral. One of the other funerals when you went to Gainesville, that funeral I preached, I talked about carjacking and killing one another in that funeral among all them people. I don't shy away from preaching. He wasn't just a celebrity that I was preaching the funeral over. That why it went all on TV, or what I said. But that's what we said. So we're not racist people. You cannot be in the body of Christ and be racist.
Can't do it.
You just cannot do it.
Can't
When
do
we
it.
all are in one body, and then no matter whether we are Jews or Gentiles, see, when you go back and look at what they did in biblical days, they did not allow them to marry outside because they were not Jews, and Jews was in Judaism. That's the religion. That's the thing that they were in. And you will find out that when Samson, and we will read that, when Samson wanted to marry Delilah, they said, you going and getting an uncircumcised individual. That means they were not regenerated. They were not in Judaism. See, they were not a Jew. See, salvation is of the Jews. See, that religion. See, and one not so much of what you were not in that. They weren't a part of it. And as Ellen was saying, the Gentiles were styled as dogs. Nobody. That's what they were styled as. See? And when they went into land to possess land, they were told when you go in that land, these people are heathens. See, they worship the sun, they worship the moon, they don't worship the Lord your God. So when you go in there, do not go and marry one of them or take on one of them, because they will cause you then to start worshiping their God.
That's right.
That's what he was saying. Don't become a part of that. When you read it, that's what he was telling them. You're going to go away from me. They're going to pull you away from me. And just like now, sometimes people want to marry somebody, say, I'm going to get them to come in the Lord. Next few months, man, they're out there drinking and partying with the wife they married that was already partying. You know, I'm going to leave if you don't come in. Now you out there. They pull you out a lot of time when you talking about pulling them in. You're not strong enough sometimes to go out there and get people talking about, I'm going to pull them in. See? And so that's why he told them, don't go out there. Don't marry like that. Don't get sinners. Don't get an unbeliever. Because now you got a lot of trouble in your home with an unbeliever and a believer together.
Right.
And you cannot enjoy fully your marriage because there's a whole lot of, can two walk together?
Except they be agreed.
You can't really live nobody with a wife and like that if you don't have some arguing going on. They don't like to say arguing, but yeah, that's what it is. Thank Lord, amen, with all his differences in there. Now listen what it says. Yeah, I saw your hand.
Go ahead.
Come on, I saw your hand.
Okay, I was just gonna go with you what you said about if the folk wasn't so racist, right?
Yeah, right.
And you were saying that sometimes the kids now will have trouble, right?
Right.
Now my first cousin, he married a Caucasian lady. Now they were living in Michigan, right?
Right.
He working at the General Motor Plant, everything was fine.
Right.
Now he retired, moved back to Alabama. Oh boy, here you go.
Alabama.
And so she told me one day, we were sitting at the picnic table. She said, I don't know how much longer I can take this. She said, the white folks, she said, man, they just feel I betrayed them and I'm the end lover and all that. And then she said, then the sisters, they hate me. She said, I just can't win here. And it wasn't much long after that she left them, you know. But like I say, in certain cities, they don't carry on so bad. But in the South, it's really bad down here with the rebel flags and all of that stuff. And like I say, their kids caught some slack too. They were mixed children. They was fighting and stuff. Wound up going to juvenile and all. Because they could only take so much. And then they would always fight because the people. So it did cause a lot of problems. Here, but like you said, with the racist folks. When they was in Michigan, they didn't have that problem.
That's right. You don't see when you get in there, and that's the only thing. And see what a Rastafari, they took this kind of thing and said when the Bible said don't cause your children to go through fire, they were talking about when you get mixed marriage, the kids gonna go through the fire. You're taking the kids through the fire, but it wasn't talking concerning that. But that's the way it is when you in a place where people feel this and it's still their mentality.
Right.
You know, and just like when I was telling you when we were talking one-on-one, I was telling her. Then you beginning to feel just like the KKK. The KKK was talking about keeping the race pure.
That's it.
And I said, how can you keep the race pure? I mean, is there not no pure blood? I mean, black blood and white blood, is it not the same? It's plasma. But what's the difference in white blood and black blood? The blood in a white man and the blood in a black man. And a white man and a black man. What's the difference in that blood? He said one blood.
Made all nations.
All nations. So all of us got the same blood.
Yeah.
O blood, B blood, or whatever you got. All of us got the same blood. And I've preached this on TV, and I will say it again. If a white man would have a blood transfusion and get my blood in him, when you put my blood in that the white man or the Caucasian, he will remain a Caucasian.
That's true.
His complexion will not change.
That's true.
If you get white blood and put in from a white person and put in me, I will remain black.
Black.
It's not gonna change my color. Amen. Blood is blood. That's why we can do that with the blood transfusion, because one blood.
Yeah.
It made all nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth.
That's it.
And he had determined
Yes.
the bounds of their habitation.
That's the word.
What is the habitat? Read on.
Amen. And have made of one blood all nation of men
Read.
to dwell on all the face of the earth.
Read.
And have determined the times before appointed
Read.
and the bounds of their habitations.
Yeah, where they gonna dwell? What do you mean? That 9 and 18. See,
9,
now
18.
if you start going back here and saying all of this, then you're gonna have to go back. If he go up a few verses ahead of that, you know, in that nice chapter, do we believe this? That people say that because we are from the descendants of Ham, that he was cursing us? That's what people teach
That's
from
what
that.
the racists teach.
So then if you're going to take that, you're going to believe that
That's
then.
right.
And this is what the Klan will try to get you to see,
That's
that
right.
you are cursed because you come from Ham.
That's it.
See, if you want to take on their teaching and the stuff like that to be a racist, then they're going to take you back to this then. That the reason they didn't have Caucasians to marry blacks because blacks was cursed. Oh, come on,
That's
see.
what
You
they
see what I'm
taught.
saying, folks? See, so watch what you try to pull up and try to say, about us, about things like that, about interracial marriage. Now, listen, go up a few verses about that 9 and 18, Ella.
Okay. Verse 16. And the bow shall be in the clouds. The bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh. This is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Jasper, and Ham is the father of Canaan.
Is Ham the father of Canaan?
Yes.
Now, there's a land called Canaan over there.
That's right.
See, when they went into that land called Canaan, Abraham and Lot got there, and their herdsmen had a little dispute,
Right.
and they divided, and one went the other way, thank God, and Lot, his uncle, went another way.
That's right.
When they dwelt down among Canaan and around Canaan, do you know Canaan was to be down around Sodom and Gomorrah? See, and when they went down and dwelt among that Sodom, where the word sodomy comes from, see, Sodom, committing sodomy, Sodom and Gomorrah. See? A lot of homosexuality was down around in that area. And when they got down there, what Abraham said, my son will not marry a Canaanite.
That's right.
Send back to my father's house and get my son a wife. Huh?
That's the word.
And they went down and got him a wife and brought it back, and that's what Isaac married. See. So now let's listen what it says. He was a Canaanite. Now listen what happened.
These are the 3 sons of Noah,
These are the 3 sons of Noah.
and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Was the whole earth overspread?
That's the word. That's it.
And when the whole earth was overspread, it would come from 3 brothers. And the 3 brothers began to split up, and they journeyed to different parts, the habitat, where they would live, where they would dwell. They went to 3 different parts of the earth. And that's where they dwell. And it's supposed to have been that Ham went down around Africa, in that region, in that area. And the sun was closer to the earth in that region, so the skins were darker. And the hair had a different texture. And them that went down around Europe and stuff like that, the other brother, they were in the colder region, and they became more hairier. With hair to protect them, to warm them from the coldness. And that's why many times now they stand more cold than you can stand. Right. You stand more heat. You see what I'm saying, folks? So it didn't make a difference for us because we all still came from the three brothers.
That's right.
And see, except we learn how to live together and love one another, we will always remain a segregated place and hating one another.
That's
See,
right.
it doesn't make a difference about the color. It's what's in you. All of us have the same organs in us. None of us have any different organ. It's just a different texture and color of skin and hair that we have. Now listen what it says. All of them, thank God, amen, the whole earth was spread abroad.
These are the 3 sons of Noah,
These are the 3 sons of Noah.
and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Of them was the whole earth overspread. Is that all right? Thank God. Amen. All right, now let's go to that Numbers 12 and 1.
Amen. Numbers 12 and verse
Numbers
1.
12 and 1. Now, see what happened when a racist remark come out of Miriam. And she was a prophetess. All right, read.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses
They not see against him. Why did they speak against him?
because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
You see that? They spake against him because he married an Ethiopian woman. And when you're talking about an Ethiopian woman, you're talking about a black woman. A black woman. She's supposed to have been a Cushite.
Amen.
Huh? Thank God. And that would Ham come from Cush, son, Cush.
That's right.
And was a Cushite. And which would mean to say Ethiopian, burnt skin, dark skin. See? So that's what she was. She was an Ethiopian woman, and they spake against Moses because he married an Ethiopian woman. See? In other words, it's like racist remarks.
That's right.
Being made by them simply because he married someone that was black.
That's right.
Now, listen what it says.
Amen. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Read.
And they said,
And they said,
hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
hath the Lord indeed spoken by Moses?
Have he not spoken also by us?
Have he not spoken by us?
And the Lord heard it.
And the Lord heard it.
Now the man Moses was very meek,
The man Moses was very meek.
above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Read.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses,
Read.
and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam.
Read.
Come out, ye three,
Come out, ye three.
unto the tabernacle of the congregation.
Come on out of here. Read.
And they three came out.
Read.
And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud,
Read.
and stood in the door of the tabernacle,
Read.
and called Aaron and Miriam.
Read.
And they both came forth. And he said,
Read.
hear now my words.
Read.
If there be a prophet among you,
Read.
I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision,
Read.
and will speak unto him in a dream.
Read.
My servant Moses is not so,
Read.
who is faithful in all mine house.
Read.
With him will I speak mouth to mouth,
Read.
even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Read.
And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold.
Read.
Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant
You
Moses?
want afraid to speak against Moses? Because what he did. Read now.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them,
Read.
and he departed.
Read.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle.
Read.
And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
You see that?
Amen.
We're making the kind of remarks like that. See? They were speaking against him because of the Ethiopian woman which he had married.
Amen.
God don't care. God don't go for that. Now, I'm going to say, well, it's a woman of another race. Well, look what Samson wanted to do. And do you know what? What happened? You know what happened to Samson? When he married that woman?
Mm-hmm.
She found out what his secret
his
was.
strength.
14:1, I think, is Judges about 14:1. Let me see that for you. See, when people don't have the knowledge you have, see, a man that's teaching somebody, he's supposed to be with meekness. See, thank God, try to get them ones, that oppose. See, and you want to kill people like that, but but get them to get understanding. See, try to teach them. That's supposed to teach a person with knowledge and with understanding.
That's right.
Now, listen to this now.
Judge
14,
14 and
about
beginning
one.
verse 1. And Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughter of the Philistine. And he came up and told his father and his mother,
Read.
and said, I have seen a woman of Timnah
Read.
of the daughter of the Philistine.
Read.
Now therefore get her for me to wife.
Read.
Then his father and his mother said unto him,
Read.
Is there never a woman among the daughter of thy brethren,
Read.
or among all my people,
Read.
that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistine?
And they know what they call us now, the Gentiles, was uncircumcised. See, we were not of the Jews, not of the Jewish thing. And back in that time, in Bible's time to come up, they say the Jews, thank God, they didn't have no connection with, thank God, with Gentiles. And they couldn't even go in there among them. And so Peter went there and cared of that. They had no dealings with them. So now, can you not find someone among us? And that's why sometimes we get people now say, I'm in holiness. Then they go out and get somebody. We say, you mean to tell me you can't find no one in holiness to marry? See, not the race, the color, but in holiness, in your faith. What the faith that you're in. Thank God, you can't find no one. Now, what does it say, thank God, in Corinthians 7, thank God. 7, thank God. It's something about 39 or something like that. That's all he was telling them. Not because of, thank God, your race. It's not people now in holiness, thank God. Why you gonna go and get connected to someone? Thank God, amen. Thank God. Be unequally yoked with somebody, yoke up with somebody. And thank God they're not in holiness, not gonna believe what you believe. And now you're fussing all the time, and you got to call a preacher, come and talk to us. Can we come in conference with you now? Thank God. You don't believe the same thing. That's why you're gonna have a lot of trouble with that. You don't believe the same thing. All right, read.
The wife is bound by the law.
Uh-huh.
As long as her husband lives.
As long as her husband lives.
But if her husband be dead,
if that husband is dead,
she is at liberty to be married to whom she will.
What does it say now?
She is at liberty to be married to whom she will.
Whom she will.
Only in the Lord.
Now, and so you're telling me if a wife is in the Lord, she is not at liberty to marry him if he or she is available. That's what it's saying.
She is at liberty
to marry,
to be married to whom she will.
She will.
Only in the Lord.
If he's in the Lord. 1 Corinthians 12 and 13. Now, let's see if they're in the Lord and see if they're in the same body. 1 Corinthians 12 and 13.
For by one Spirit.
How many spirits?
For by one Spirit.
For by one Spirit.
Are we all baptized?
Are we all baptized?
Into one body.
Into one body.
Whether we be Jews or Gentiles.
See that? Are we not all in the same body if we're Jews or Gentiles?
Yes.
And that woman can marry whom she will, only in the Lord. If that person in the Lord, is it not in the body?
Yes.
So she marry whom she will, only in the Lord. If that person is in the Lord, see?
Yes.
They got away from the race, got away from pulling this stuff in. He tore down the middle wall of partition. Now the Gentiles are in this. And that's why when they went to Galatians 2 and they start talking about he withdrew from the Gentiles, he said, why are you going to get this? Guess they're going to get that. Galatians. Is it all right, folks?
Amen.
Amen.
2 and 11.
Amen. Galatians 2 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
But when Peter was come to Antioch,
Read.
I withstood him to the face.
Read.
Because he was to be blamed.
He was to be blamed.
For before that certain came from James,
So that certain came from James.
he did eat with the Gentiles.
Did you hear that? Did it say that?
Yes.
It didn't say he did not eat with the
He
Gentiles.
did eat.
He did eat
With the Gentiles.
with the Gentiles.
But when they were come,
But when they were come,
he withdrew and separated himself.
he withdrew. And now when he saw them,
He withdrew.
oh, here they come. Oh my goodness, I'm sitting down here with the Gentiles.
Yeah.
You know.
I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here.
What they gonna think of me?
Yeah, right.
And we're saying this because that's the way some are still that way now.
That's true.
If they come and see, like you said, the woman down in Alabama said she had to get out of that because they called her, say, an in-lover. And let's be factual with it.
Yeah.
With some of us with this racist mentality right now, hang on, amen, hang on. They will look at this and say, thank God, amen, if the black and the white together, stuff like that, they will look at that and they will say, thank God, that's an in-lover. Amen. And you know what they call, you know, the whites and stuff like that, you know. Back in the day, they would call them a C word. You know, it's a C word, you know. And say that's a C lover. See, thank God, amen. These are them with the racist mentality.
That's right, Bishop.
But when you get in God, you're not looking at the color, you're not looking at the race, you're looking at them as being a child of God.
Child of God.
See? Having the love of God in their hearts. See, we got to get beyond that. See, we got to get away from that kind of stuff like that. See, but when people approach and say that about you, see, when I'm around and people can use the N word all they want to say, there is that N. I know what I am. I know who I am.
Amen. I do too.
I don't have to stand there and argue and fuss over that and fight over that.
That's true.
See, I know what I am. See, you should know who you are. And I forgive that. I say that's their mentality. And mine is above that. See, I'm not going to come down to their level. See, when you stand there and argue with a person about that, do you know you brought yourself down to their
That's
level?
true, Pastor.
See, I'm going to stay above their level. If anything, I'm going to try to bring them up to mine. See, I'm not coming down to theirs. See, and that's why I don't deal with that. See, when they start saying that, I've been in a place. Yeah, they called me in. What's that? Am I that? They
No.
called me a dog before. If I start barking, I'm gonna keep talking, stay up on my two and walk around. So somebody call you something, you don't have to be that.
No.
You know. One time a person said, people predict,
You determine.
which people you determine. See, they might predict what I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna determine what I'm gonna be. If they say I'm gonna be nothing, you mean I'm gonna stop doing what I do, going to school or whatever, and be nothing because they said that? If it don't come true, you know what you make them? A false prophet. See, you know, so you know, those things like that. When people got them, they got to come into the knowledge of it. It's just like with the Son of God. I'm saying I'm not arguing with you about the Son of God. That Bible says this knowledge is not in all men.
It ain't in there.
They don't
You ain't
have
got it.
So I recognize that. They don't have it yet. There were things that I didn't know coming to the knowledge of until later. See? And I stood boldly on it and fought for it. Hey, no, amen. Said spiritually fighting for it, not physically fighting anyone. Because that's what I stood for. Because I had not the knowledge of that. You know, I come up in the 50s and the 60s. You know, and now are we gonna bring this stuff to young people that have been in that kind of stuff like that? And now we look at sometimes the whites and say the whites try to put it in their young children to bring them all that. You be putting the same thing in our young black children. These kids get along so well, and that's why they marry one another, because they learn to get along.
That's true.
We come up with this stuff back in the 50s, thank God, and we couldn't get along. And now we still want to bring it here. This is 2019, folks.
That's right, Bishop.
This is 2019. We learn better so we can live better. When we learn better about that, we can live together as the young folks living together. Going to school together. Oh, come on now. Eating behind one another together. Drinking behind one another together. Smoking cigarettes behind one another. Smoking weed. Sucking weed behind one another together. They're not looking at it, so that been in the lips of a black man, that been in the lips of a white man. I don't want to suck on that.
Man, hear that.
Man, they're sucking on that and
Yes,
laughing.
sir. I want to hear that.
I want to hear that. That's
Yes,
some good
sir.
stuff right there that you got going. But we can bring stuff to separate people instead of getting people to come together and live together. And we must live together. We got to live together. Somebody say we don't live together, say we can perish as fools. King says
Yeah,
we can
makes
perish
sense.
as fools. Y'all hear me talking?
Amen, Bishop.
I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. It's a whole lot of us in this race here, in the black race, are horrible. Are horrible.
That's true.
Sometime, and let me tell you, sometime in the other race, you'll get them to do something for you. Sometime before you know your own
That's
color
true.
will.
That's true, man. That's very true.
Huh?
That's true.
Is
I
that
had
all
it
right?
happen.
Yes. If my son married, he's not married yet, but if he marries somebody, a Caucasian, I'm gonna love her just like I love if he married somebody black.
Amen.
I will show
got
no difference in that.
Got to.
Because she's a person, she's
Yeah,
human,
human.
and she got the same blood that he has.
Amen.
And when they have children, thank God, they're going to be children. They're going to be babies.
That's
just
right.
like if two blacks went together. I don't know what you're talking about, what they going to have. Mixed blood. Where is mixed blood? With one blood in black and one blood in white, how is that mixed blood?
It's not.
It's the same blood.
Ain't no
We
one blood.
come up with that junk. We come up trying to make a difference. When there is not a difference.
Amen.
There is not a difference.
It's not a difference.
Oh, y'all, did I see your hand, Brother Heath? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We live streaming. So he's going. They can't hear what he's saying, right? Hmm? Somebody, we need a mic, because we're live streaming. Forgot about that. We're live streaming, you know. Just people need to hear what we're saying. I think he's gonna get a mic for you. Yeah. But you know, we have to get beyond that. We have to, and you know, it's up to us to teach the people and give the people knowledge so they can move beyond that. See, okay? We can't hold what we come up in the 50s and the 60s and stuff like that. You know? All right, brother, here. Anyway, so we cannot do that. So when it comes down to pastor and preacher, what lead the people with what?
Knowledge and understanding.
Knowledge and understanding. But now we can't make them eat it, and we can't make them take it. See, it's anybody's preference. You know, preference of who they want to marry.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's their preference. But now, if they do that, we cannot say they're sin for doing that. It's not a sin to do that. Is that all right? If they marry whom they will, it's not a sin to do that. But we can have a preference of who we want to marry. Like I said on yesterday, my preference wasn't just somebody to marry somebody black. My preference, mine was to marry someone that was holy,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that was sanctified. They could be Jew,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, as long as they were sanctified and a holy. That's what I was concerned about. Not so much as the race, because sometimes you can get a black woman, marry a black woman, and I've said this before, you got to tag her by the tail. You hold her standing there crying and she's scratching you up. If you turn her loose, you're going to get scratched up, so you just stand there and hold it and cry. It's cheaper to keep her.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a white the very same way. You can get a Chinese, you can get a Japanese,
Same
you can
way.
get a Filipino, the same way, thank God. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't think you don't have trouble because you got somebody black.
No.
You black. Sometimes you get along better with somebody of the opposite race. Of a different race. Amen. As long as you respect one another and treat one another right. That's what it's all about. Respect and treating one another right and loving one another. Is that all right? That man loved that woman like he loved himself. Huh? Nourish and cherish that woman like the Lord the church. And I don't care what color she is, thank God. You can get along, you can make it. If she respect him, thank God, and honor him, all you're listening to me now. And be like the book said, in submission and subjection. Come on now. God got the plan. Amen. I don't care what color, what mix or whatever race or whatever. He got the plan. If that couple follow the plan,
Yes, sir.
it can't fail.
Can't.
If they follow the plan.
That's right.
But when you get away from the plan, now you get to failing.
Yes, sir.
As long as you stay in the plan,
Yes.
it'll work. Hang on. It cannot help but work because what God set it up that way. Is it on, my brother? Yeah. All right, my brother.
Like I was saying, when we was going to Douglasville, and I remember that's when Brother Jay and Sister William were living, and we would always stop in Wendy's and get us a bowl of chili, and get the crackers that go with it. So that particular night, we wanted to get some more crackers to go with it. So we went up there and we said, hey, we need some more crackers. And she got offended. I mean, real offended. We didn't know we was offending her like that. You know what she said? She said, I wish y'all would use that word like that. And you know what I did? I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you don't get offended. Then we should give us some food. We try to be real nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so sensitive.
Yeah.
To just, I mean, that's what's written on the pack. Crackers.
It's on there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mhm.
Like that might have been the way we said, we want some more crackers. You know, Brother Jay, give me a handful of them. Give me a handful of them. I need some food. That big boy, she got
Mhm.
she got offended, and I feel real bad about that. We just left church, and we ain't about that.
Right.
I never would talk to hate anybody.
Right.
And my great granddad is white, and his dad is white. My great grandmama, she is a real dark lady. But I remember when we used to have family reunions, that it was this store that we would stop at. And you see the old Caucasian guys and now with the overalls on here.
Yeah.
And we would go in that store, and we would have faith in that thing. And I never could figure it out. I mean, we go in there, you know, we see how come you was talking They would have known my aunt and we was small. We go get what we want. It's okay. Let's see y'all. And we going down to Grandpa here. You know, they could have made his brother because his brother was white. But see, he was good. We had a lot of power on him. So you just never know when you're some kids.
You tied in this. All of us, we're tied in this. You know, and like I said, you know, but see, we have to learn and get the knowledge and information about things, about one another, so we know how to live with one another, accept one another for who they are and what they are. I said on yesterday, I know good and well my mom had to be mixed. She was as light as anybody you want to find. And how in the world she gonna have hair all the way down to the bottom of her backside and light? Where do you think that comes from? See, but we accept that. I just so happen to take most of his family that took after my dad. I guess he had the most dominant color, so all of us ended up being dark. You know, all my brothers being dark. I had one sister that we were really light. That was younger sister. That was real light. You know, so we know that. What do I have any animosity, anything about that because where she come from? What probably happened? No. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. All of us. I don't think I'm gonna find a solid one in here right now. Thank God. Amen. They got all apple blood. But the thing of it is, we are people. And we have to recognize one another as people. Amen. As individuals. Amen. And we're looking too much at race. See, it's too race. It's too racist. Now, anything you say now, somebody get offended. Somebody get offended. You can call sometimes colored now, and they get offended. You know, I ain't no colored. You know, I'm black.
African American.
African American. I'm black. Put on my application black. Man, years ago, 60s, call somebody black. Get your lips knocked off. See, but now they accept that.
Say it loud.
Back then, they were offended if you say, you're black. And James Brown come with that, say it loud,
Trying
I'm black
to
and
help
I'm
us out.
proud. Everybody got black. You know? Even the light skin was saying, I'm black, I'm proud.
Yeah.
You know, want you to know I'm of the black race. You know? And then we say Negro. Oh man, back we were coming up before black, that we were called Negro. Now people get offended if you call them a Negro. You're a Negro. Oh, I'm not no Negro. I'm black, African American. I'm black and all of that. See, and which now is not a race. That is not a nationality. Black comes out of Crayola. White is Crayola box. White crayon, black crayon. You know, they have a nationality. They are Caucasians.
Amen.
Then what are we besides black? Then what is our race? You see what I'm saying, folks? We do a grab stuff and we get to running with it. Or somebody got to come through and say, you this, oh, I'm this. 5 years later, oh, I'm this. When you don't know who you are, you take whatever somebody tell you you are. Amen. See? And that's why I strive on being a child of God.
Amen.
Now I don't want to say I'm a black Hebrew Israelite. I'm a black Jew. Call them Ethiopian. Oh, they get mad. You from Sudan, they get mad. Nigeria, they get mad. You see what I'm saying? When are we going to get beyond that stuff? This is what the Bible says. Now, when we get in this right here, that Corinthians 12, 13.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12 again at verse
13.
Verse 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body.
See that? See? By one Spirit are we all, every one of us, baptized into one body.
Whether we be Jews or Gentiles.
See that? Whether we be Jews or Gentiles.
Whether we be born or free.
Whether we be born or free.
Have been made to drink into one Spirit.
See that? Have been made to drink into one Spirit.
For the body is not one member, but many. But the body is not one member, but many.
The body is not one member, but many. And we're all in the same body. So that, and we're going to teach that about you can't marry this or that. We're still keeping it separate. We're still teaching not accepting one another, but separatism. And we don't do that. We cannot do that. According to this Bible, when you got down to in this New Testament, it didn't tell you who you had to marry.
No.
You marry who you will, but if you in the Lord, then you marry somebody that's in the Lord. See, white or black, Chinese, Japanese. It's not no two heavens. It's not no two hells.
Amen.
Do you know when you go to hell, all you're gonna be in there together, no matter what race you are, all of them gonna be in the same hell. If you go to heaven, it's all of them gonna be in the same heaven, no matter what race you are.
Amen.
When you get there,
Amen.
God is not the God of the dead, he's the God of the living.
Living.
He's not the God of the black. Sometimes they come and say, nah, he's a black Jesus. God is not, God's a black God. God is not a black God. God is not a white God. You know what God is? God is a spirit.
Amen.
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 That's who he is. He's a spirit.
Spirit.
They come up later on and had an Afro Jesus.
Yeah, I saw.
Man, what are we trying to sue racists for? Huh? He's an Afro. Back in the day, they had the Jesus had all that beard on, looking real good and all that. And bitch, you don't get to tell them, say they didn't have no Kodak camera back in that day. Bitch, you don't get to work on them about that stuff. They didn't have no Kodak camera. They had no Jesus hanging up in your house. So they didn't have a Kodak. They don't know what Jesus looked like. I just come along and told them, said, thank God, amen. He wasn't nothing good to be looked upon.
That's right.
That's your thing, man. Amen. Thank God. But we come up with that, and see, it's gonna always continue to be that when we keep that kind of mentality and keep bringing that kind of stuff up. See, I want my children to be able to be accepted and accept others.
Amen.
They live with my son and my daughter. They live together with whites, and you know. Good, get along good. But when we gonna bring this kind of stuff up? Like when we old folks, sometimes the world be better off. Look like when old folks die, and I don't like to see that because it look like that's what Trump and them trying to do, kill all something. I'm getting up in my age now, so I still want to live. But that's what some people say sometimes when the old people with all this kind of stuff in their head and in their mind, so when they die off, thank God things get better. Racism, you know, it got worse, thank God. I'm not saying when this president got in there now.
Amen.
And you know, people don't want to face it, but thank God, amen. This man, some of the things he say, yes, it's racist.
Oh,
Amen.
And I don't step back from it. Yes, it's racist.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. And if I was voting, he wouldn't have got my vote now, because I don't vote for him because the other one was in there. He got same-sex marriage going on, and I didn't vote for him either. If I can't vote for Trump, I can't vote for him either, because he went for homosexuality, and God's against that, and I'm against that too. So the devil was on one side, and then Satan on the other. Well, who can I vote for?
Amen.
Thank God, amen. Huh? Republicans, Satan, Democrats, the devil. Now, which one I'm gonna vote for? I'll go for neither one of them, devil nor Satan. Both of them the same. To the Barfield. Let her have that. Is it on? Yeah.
I want to know how you feel about, you know how they say to uplift your race and buy black and, you know, do different things like that. And that's because, you know,
Talk about buy black, buy for blacks and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Do you find something wrong with that? You don't have to be racist, but part of, for me, what I'm thinking is, as consumers, as a race, we're treated so bad. You know, you come in the store, you're automatically targeted as a thief, or, you know, how people, do you find anything wrong with when you say, I want to uplift my race, I want to, you know, support?
It don't have to be a racist thing because you do that. You know, I try to give blacks business sometimes because I want to see them go forward and be entrepreneurs and be successful entrepreneurs. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. I done got in such a mess fooling with them. I have gotten in such a mess with them. I've had one, I tried to give him that to come in and change my air conditioning in my house, and I hope you'll be watching this right. I don't care if you don't ever pass my house. Let's don't stop that doing it. And some others, they'll make a mess. They get your money, won't do what they say they're going to do, and you can't get them to come back, and they have all kind of excuses and stuff like that. And then they don't like because Hispanics will come in here, and Mexicans come in here and get into work, and you can't get them to work. Amen. They're taking breaks, they're sitting around out there thinking, oh, they be here, and others coming taking them jobs and working. And working. Now they complaining all. We got to change our mentality.
That's true, Bishop.
To get help. See, we go out there. See, you get yourself in a mess trying to get them to do something. I fell in it too many times. Y'all know.
Oh, yeah.
We get them come right there.
Let us pray.
Let's y'all hand and pray. Then how they come
Still
in the
rob
name of
you.
the Lord. And we done been hit so many
Yes,
times
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Church stuff.
That's true.
Church stuff. I had one to come right here and work around here, and you can't get him now. Back, parking lot. Can't hardly get him. Black. Talking.
Yeah.
You remember?
They talk.
Oh, he
Do
talking. Oh, he got some good. But you want to help them. They just don't have that mentality to be in business, baby. And then when they do go in business, my God, they want to charge you a house and a home. Amen. And then you go right over here, thank God, and right next to it, and look how cheap you're getting it. The same service, the same work. They're trying to get rich and look like overnight. And I'm just trying to help you make a little something, but you can get rich off of me. I don't want no stock in your company. I just want you to do a little bit of work for me. But it's that way. And let me tell you something. I shouldn't have brought that up. And I said, and I said out loud, yes, Chick-fil-A has the best customer service. But look and see how many you have in there that with attitudes. We have attitudes. Amen. Amen. Go to a McDonald's, you're sitting up in the window there, and you get mad. What you want? Help me, please.
Don't even look at you.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So let's keep it where it is. Amen. Let's be real with it. And I say that, I told somebody the other day, if you want to spoil a business, hire us. Kill it. Dead. Dead.
So dry up.
Dead. I know we're live streaming too. We got to change our attitude. We got to change our mind. We got to change that. That's why I'm trying to get them in holiness so they can change, thank God, those personalities and those attitudes they got. Those dispositions they got. Get them in holiness.
That's right.
And teach them how to conduct themselves. Teach them how to control that anger. And get rid of that anger.
That's right.
Amen. That way, see them fighting all in the drive-through window.
Right.
Pulling hair, reaching out there at the customer.
Pulling guns.
Coming out the window and all that kind of. They trying to get in the car and get some. Who is that doing that? And the one that going out the car window trying to get through the window. Who doing that? Who you see doing that? Huh? It's a fact. It's a fact. Amen. I speak facts. I don't take up for not one race. Is there some in the other races? Yes, there is.
They know too.
Yes, there is.
They know.
Who killing the most of us? You worry about cops killing blacks, but thank God. And Black Lives Matter, is that in the black neighborhood? We don't think that in the black neighborhood, they don't feel like it, thank God, it matters.
That's true.
Among yourself. First, it got to matter among you.
That's right.
And then we start mattering among you, it'll matter among somebody else.
That's true.
And they know you don't care about one another. How you expect for them to care about you?
That's right.
If your life is not worth a dime to each other, why you think the cop gonna think it's worth a dime to him?
That's right.
It doesn't. We got to start at home.
That's
It's
right.
not in the Bible, but I believe that's a good saying. Charity starts at home and spreads abroad. Love starts at home and spreads out. Care for one another starts in your neighborhood and then spread out.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. But who gonna stand up and say that? I don't worry about them coming and getting me, because what I say is right, and right gonna stand anyway. Whether I'm here or not, right gonna stand. And somebody else gonna continue to be saying. So you don't get by. You know, I'm glad she brought that up. I try to help them, but keep trying to help them and see what happened to you. go broke trying to help. Man, you file bankruptcy. Fool, I think I saw your hand, Ella.
No, I appreciate you. Like a lot of people won't say what you just said. You know, we could try to sugarcoat it, make it look like it's not a problem, but it really is. Customer service gone. I mean, it's completely gone because you go into a place. Sometimes I'm just saying the experience I have in my own neighborhood. You go in there, you want some chicken. Well, when she give you the chicken, she give you one napkin. You can't even get to the napkin, period. And then she want to know why you want some more. You know, you can't even put your hand on. But if I go across town, I can reach and get service like I should be, you know, get some service. And then when you brought up the part about like when you see the business go down, it don't have to be but one customer in there, and they make a line, they create a line.
That's right.
With no, I'm talking about ain't nobody but one person there. Next time you look around, it's about 8 people behind you. And you know this is Friday and you're in a business. If it's noon, you know what time people gonna come and get it. If it's late in the evening, you know what time to get it. I've been in there too many times. Don't be but one person there before you know it's a line, and you don't waste 30 minutes trying to get that one order. But I'm just saying, he's right. It's in that rate. But with us, we got to be honest. It is bad. Their attitude's so nasty. And I'm gonna say, when I go to Walmart, I just hold my peace now. That's enough. They don't even like to look at you. Searching for your hand to give you your change. Just keep them looking at you. Don't say how you doing or nothing. Just I'm telling you something. Customer service is gone. And it ain't supposed to be that way. I'm spending money. Now, if you want me to come back, you supposed to treat me right. The lady up here, I'm calling McDonald's too. I went up there, get my sister's salad. And she turned around and told me that. I said, can I have a cup of water? I done bought the salad. She said, well, that'll be, I think she said 25 cents. I said, 25 cents for some water? I said, I'm buying some. I'm not just asking for water. She said, well, yeah, but what happened is, she said, when we give these people a cup, they go over there and they get some drink. I said, that's not me, though.
Right.
I
said, why you want to charge me 25? I'm not going over there to steal no drink.
That's right.
I said, you holding that on me, but you need to hold that on me. I said, can I talk to your manager? Well, he wasn't around. I said, well, give me a number I can call. I called the number. They wouldn't even answer the phone. No. They were holding me to something that I don't do. I don't steal your drink because I'm getting a cup.
That's right, yeah.
But that's in my neighborhood, treated like that. Wouldn't even give me a cup.
That's all.
So, yeah, you want to help the black business.
Yeah.
But when you see what you have to go through, I'm just keeping it real.
She was saying when you go in some of them business, they look at blacks like they want to steal. Well, look at what they're doing to him. They think he want to steal and drink.
Steal some drink.
That's black on black.
Yeah.
That's black on black. See? When we keep it real, folks, when we keep it real, do you know at one time I said, look, Cobb County for the longest did not have it where you had to pay before you can pump gas. Huh? But after many blacks started moving out to Cobb County,
Shut that down.
they shut it down. You gotta pay before you pump.
Yeah, they were running with it.
I tell them. I said, man, y'all pay this time. I said, I pump gas all the time. They go in to pay. It stopped after a while, though, because we were driving off.
Oh,
We're driving off. Y'all let me talk. That's true. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. In your neighborhood, you start parking cars all on the grass. Like Bishop Lucas said, they were back in the 70s. Bishop Lucas picked it up and got all spots all in the grass. They done park cars all in the grass and dropped the hole.
That's the truth.
Burning all the grass out. Can't even grow none in there. Yeah, I'm saying, now property value,
that's good.
plummet. Drop down. Is that all right? Huh? Is that all right? No. It's the truth. But yeah,
telling the truth.
we would want to do that because many times didn't have a lot of blacks didn't have entrepreneurship, anything like that. So we want to see them make it. Not that I have a favoritism, but I just like to see some of us make it. My son now, he's an entrepreneur. He's got his own architecture business. Well, I want to see him go. I want to see him go. Because many times we didn't have that, see. So I like to see that, see. Now, there was somebody said something, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing. He said about giving us reparation, And he said, now, you can give us $35,000 or $50,000. He said, but you know what we're going to do with it? Get right back. Not going to hold it down. That's why they used to do tax breaks, because they know they're going to get the money from us. They're going to get the money right back.
Oh,
There we go, buying clothes.
yeah. That's right. Shoes.
These high-price bags.
Yeah.
And all that.
$700 $700 shoes.
$700 shoes. Go get a BMW or a Mercedes and give it right back to them. You know, that's what I'm saying. Now, don't put up nothing. Don't save nothing. Y'all let me talk. But they say, how about some land? Land. How about something that's going to continue to go up in value? Land. Land. Yeah? Is that all right? See, I'm telling you, but now we ready to blame everybody else. You know, she brought this up now, she brought it up, but we're ready to blame everybody else, thank God, for our carelessness and for what we do. But we got to change our way of thinking. We got to change our mentality. Amen. See, hang on, man. Ella Cook, let me listen to somebody say, he don't think right. You know, I ain't going to call him up and say what all he said now. But the man, he let me listen to what the guys on the thing say. He just don't think right. You know, when he said something about them folks been over there and by water. There's something wrong with his mind. Say he's been over here by water so many 100 years. And say he ain't never made a ship seaworthy today. All that water they go by. You know, and that what it's right now. So it's so no. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I just wanted to see what you thought. Something that happened to me the other day. I was in a store that I usually go to, and it was a store. They're Koreans that run the store. And I go in there a lot. They have, I mean, nothing in there is too expensive anyway. They have shoes and clothes and things for hair. And so I was in there with the kids one day, and they have these little toys. I told Caleb he can pick one. And they're like $2 for the toy. So I was like not far from him looking at some slippers or something. So he had two things. I said, just get one of them. So he just walked across to put one back, and he was walking with the other. And the lady stopped him, which I didn't see because I was over here trying on some shoes. And she said, did your mother say you can get that? And he said, yes. And she's like, are you sure, or are you going to steal it? So that, yes. And that, I just went into deep prayer because that thing just moved me. So he came over there and he says, Ma, the lady said, was I going to steal? So I was just, whew, Lord Jesus, help. So she went behind the counter, and there was another lady helping some customers. So I said, I'm going to go over here. So I waited until she finished with the customers. But then when it was my turn, because I was buying something also, so the lady that said it to him, she started to walk off to the back. So I asked the lady, I said, could you ask her to come back here for a minute? Because I wanted to ask her, why is she speaking to my child? You know, she should have said something to me. So I can say that maybe where I was wrong was I said, you know, according to the news or according to most of what I hear, you know, why would you say that to a child that he's going to steal? This thing costs $2. You know, why would she, you know, I'm offended by her even speaking to him, and I'm right here. So I said, from what I know and most of my experience, I'm not saying all, but Koreans have a problem with black people. And the lady's like, oh, no, no, no. But the other lady refused to come out. Not refused. She just, this lady was covering for her, like, no, I have a lot of black friends. And I said, now, y'all know I come in this store all the time. I said, you know, I don't appreciate her doing that. And she's like, no, 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 don't take it that way. You know, kids come in, pick up the little toys. But was I wrong in saying that?
So, we had a blockbusters up there by us in Cobb County. We moved up there, Zach. We had a card when we go in there and get movies and stuff. And Zach, you know, Zach come home talk like the lady put him out of Blockbuster. So he couldn't get back to Blockbuster because he tried to steal something. All right, now he went up there. And we got on the folks about that. And you know what? She lost her job. She lost her job. But I don't blame her. I'm standing for my children. My son don't need to steal.
Right.
See, I give him what he wants. You don't have to go there. Don't let This is the first time Ellen and I and that brother Dennis, we went to West Point that time. This is the first time I used that restroom. You used that restroom. I went in to use the restroom. And y'all
Oh, yeah, yes, that morning, yeah, that morning, yeah.
This is the first
Yeah,
time
yes,
that
you're right.
ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I went in.
Mhm.
Before they come in and buy the paper, I went in and they were foreign people.
Mm-hmm.
I went, I said, lady, I said, she said, no. I went out and told Ellen, no, this will have a restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for you.
No, you got it back. Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, Ellen, we walked back in there. That's a big toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Same restroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there in the restroom. And so, when I come out, Ellen already got the big thing outside. When I come out, you know what that lady asked me? Said, and this way they look at us and think we are messing. And say, you didn't mess up my restroom because we don't like to mess. And you're talking about holding yourself. You're talking about holding yourself.
Right.
Because I'm black now. You think I went in there and made a
Mess
mess
up
in your
your back.
restroom and left a mess in your restroom for you. Ellen said, you should have told us, you want to come with me and check it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk with me and check it out. But see, that's where you really look for. And that's what I'm saying. We got to get out of that kind of stuff. We got to get beyond that kind of mentality. And look at us, look at one race, and begin to stereotype that race and think that race is bad. And it can be the same way with Caucasian race. We look at one or two that might do us away, and then we think all Caucasian are racist. See, we got to watch that. We got to be careful. That's not so. We have the games we done. The families that attend us, one from down Blairsville, one around Blairsville, another one down in Lonica. They're a Caucasian family. They come there and support us so well.
Mm-hmm.
But now around Atlanta, I don't get when they come to church here. But down there, yes, that what supports us. That what calls me from down Helen, Georgia, and all those places like that. Are Caucasian. And talk to them about this ministry. They love this ministry. So all are not black. All are not racist. All are not like that. All are not like Donald Trump. All of them are not like that. See? And all of us are not like some of them, thank God, out there that are racist. I don't believe all white people are devils.
That's right.
One of them religions, that's why I told them I wear a bow tie, but I'm not of that. A Muslim. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So I don't go along with that. But this is what we're trying to teach people, and what we're trying to tell people. If you want to marry, you marry whom you will, thank God. But let them be in the Lord. But if you in the Lord, you marry in the Lord. Amen. If you out of the Lord, then you marry them out of the Lord. But it don't make a difference whether they're white or whether they're black. Because we all are one in Christ Jesus. We're all made of one blood. Amen. And if you take a look at it, I was telling you about this in Genesis. You know who was cursed? When Ham got his brother to show his brother, his dad, his nakedness, Ham, he did not curse Ham. He said, cursed be Canaan. And who was Canaan? Canaan was a descendant from Ham, one of his sons. And that's what he cursed. The descendant that come from Ham. And told him, say, you're going to be a servant to a servant of servants. There you go. See? You're going to serve. And so people took that to say that the people that come from Ham, in which us and blacks and all, was cursed to be servants and to serve. See? So that's why we have to be careful when we kind of taking that and want to get down and say, well, you can't marry nobody of another race. See? You cannot go with interracial marriages. Stuff like that. And I want people to know this preacher, that preacher, and these preachers over here and members in this church doesn't hold that. If you do, thank God, amen, you better get with us real quick because, thank God, amen, you on the wrong track. And you say it's not interracial marriages. No, I don't go with that. Yes, you can. You marry who you want to marry, thank God. If they're in the Lord, thank God. Amen, thank God. Let them be if you in the Lord. Thank God, amen. Thank you. Yes, sir, my brother.
I just got a question about the two seeds of who was when he said when Genesis 3:15 said I will put enmity between the seed and the woman. So who's the two seeds? I know one was I'm saying Cain and whose seed is I think Abram. No, Cain. Whose seed is Cain?
Okay. Well, you know, when you go to one part of the Bible, it was talking about he was of the devil. You know, that's why some people try to say Cain was the devil's child and stuff like that. But it's saying that he was of the devil. You know, Cain was. But then when he puts the enemy between the seed and the woman's seed, now that's the devil and Jesus Christ. That seed gonna bruise your heel, and you should bruise his head. I'm talking about the devil. You know, Jesus said the woman gonna bring forth the seed, which is Jesus Christ. You know, and come here, thank God. And that's what he did. He bruised the head of Satan, come to kill Satan and destroy Satan, the works of the devil. See? So they was talking on that wise. But when you start looking at Cain and Abel, Cain was of the wicked one. See, that's what the Bible talks about, him being of the wicked one. See, and that's what, you know. And that's why people say, because he was of the wicked one, they try to say he was the son of the devil. But no, he was, no, he wasn't. He was Adam's son, thank God. But now, read that on that third chapter.
Let me read that. 3 and I'm going to start at 13, Bishop. And you just told him, but this would add to what you're saying. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Yeah. Put it in, and then we still got that going on now between us and the devil. It's still that way. We'll see that come from him. That devil is fighting all the time, warring with him all the time. And Jesus come and talk about him, Hebrews 2, and say he come to destroy the works of the devil. And destroy him that had the power of death. That is the devil. That's what he come to destroy, come to get rid of. That fight has been going on ever since. Serpent. Is he all right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Is the Lord all right?
Yes, he is.
Thank God for you all. Thank God. This is. I hope they didn't get the wrong thing to think we're talking about this Wednesday night. We're gonna start this Wednesday night. And I thought we made it plain that it start next Wednesday night, the 3rd. Thank God. But anyway, thank God. We're out of here. Thank you to be here. Thank God. We're gonna enjoy this night. If they show up Wednesday night, then they'll know. We'll have it Thursday night. We'll be happy with this. Anything else? No. Oh, man. Be careful. You know, yesterday we were saying pray for anything you eat. Start praying before you get in your car.
That's the thing, man.
I was on my way coming here. On my way coming here. I didn't do my 3 hours early. I did my 3.5 hours later. Because I wouldn't be coming out Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, as I said. But I had something going on, so I had to delay it a little bit. But I did get here and did my 3.5 hours or so before church. But anyway, on my way coming, when I got on Maxon in old Alabama, it was a terrible accident. Back there on that corner. And they had everything blocked off. The whole intersection blocked off back there. I don't know if someone was killed or not in that accident, but it was horrible. And I said, people, we need to pray. When you get in these cars, especially us that's come from a distance, I think we come from out there. You in the city, we come down from our car. So you get in here or something. had an accident before, especially, but it's dangerous. Pray when you get in your cars. I don't care if you're coming from wherever, there's so much going on before you even get in. That's true. And people are driving now, and they know they cannot control this house or the interstate stuff because so much going on in the city, not killing it, having to go there. So there's no one patrolling the holidays interstates. And people just cutting in and out, and they think that's a good drive. But you know, it's reckless drive. I mean, they're driving fast and swinging in and out. I mean, I'm talking about 90 miles per hour. They got to be, because I'm doing 70 sometimes and 75, and they just whip out in front of me just like that. And I like I'm standing still. So I know how to drive. It causes all kind of accidents and stuff like that. So pray before you get in your cars and ask the Lord, Lord, take care of me. Take care of me. Get out safe. And we get ready to go back, ask him to let us stay. Because we're going to need it for these highways are so hard. And I think, like, I'm nervous now at 72. I've been driving since I was 16. It's about 56 years or so. I've been driving. I've got nervous. I'm telling my nerves. At the age that I come from one place to the other. You know, anybody here know before I got this age, he used to drive with me. I said, man, no, I can't have you drive me no more. He don't want no one too that used to drive like that. I don't know what how he doing now. This brother here be driving, man. I've been praying for him with that motorcycle. Man. If you drive the motorcycle, like you drive the car, I hope he don't slow down. The age done slowed it down. He used to get in there, he'd whip in and out of there, and he'd get mad. I said, man, some of them folks stop on us, man, and jump out there and try to get on us, man. But pray when you get ready to get in and ask the Lord to take care of you, because it's dangerous times out here in this highways now.
Sometimes you can create a hazardous situation by even just trying to be courteous. And if you don't mind, just give you a quick example. Sometimes when you driving and you got two lanes going this way, and somebody is getting ready to turn across in front of you, and you see that person and you stop to let that car go across in front of you, you got to be mindful there's a lane beside you where people may not even notice that car is coming across in front of you. And this is how so many accidents happen, because sometimes we think we being courteous, but really we in the way. And sometimes you set yourself up or get somebody else almost killed because you're not mindful of what's going on sometime on the highway. So I took defensive driving years and years ago, back when I was driving 18 wheels, and it's a lot of things I see that people do on the road that's dangerous and it's real hazardous, but we don't recognize it as a hazard because a lot of us ain't never been totally trained how to drive defensively. See, we just figure we get a driver's license, we get in the car and we match the gas and the brake and keep going. And when the wheels say you turn it, you just turn it, you know, but it's way more to driving than what we think it is. And see, you gotta be mindful of watching the mirrors and what's going on and all that kind of stuff, and especially the way people driving now. These people will run you over,
Yes, they will.
and they'll keep going, and they act just like they don't even see you. So you just have to be careful out there on the road now.
It's rather, now what I used to try to do, if you watch me, when I stop and there's a lane on the side of me and I'm getting somebody cut across in the front of me, I'm looking at my mirror on this side and I try to tell them to stop, you know, and when it's clear, then I try to tell them to come through. But sometimes I have to watch me and stop at that, and you're right about that. So we have to be careful about that. But I just want you all to pray, because sometimes you can be ever so right and that other person is wrong, you know, and they end up hitting you or make you hit them. Yeah, but it's dangerous out there now on the highway. So let's just pray when we get in. Ask the Lord to take care. Appreciate all of your comments. Thank God. Question and all I would ask. We certainly appreciate it.